G'day everyone, Granitor here again with a the Empire walkthrough video for Warhammer Total War, and from what I can see straight up, the map I don't know, it's looks like it's going to be conquered in a couple of days in my campaign. It doesn't look that big here, but if the AI is smart enough, it might be able to put up a good fight and keep you under wraps for a while. But from previous Total Wars, I could take this much territory in a couple of days. But let's hope the AI is a lot better in this one. And yeah, so we'll press play and see how it goes.
Today we're going to take a snapshot of a campaign we've been playing as the Empire, and the usual caveats apply. We're still a good 2.5 months from launch and well into balancing and polishing. So you may see some placeholder bits and bobs, and many of the values on show may well change as we nudge everything into place. Okay, so we're 71 turns into the game here, and as you can see,
for 71 turns I think I'd be a bit further than that. So yes, that might be because the AI is smart, who knows, but yeah, I think they've been a bit conservative there after 71 turns. But yes, I can only speculate until the game comes out, but we'll see.
From the overview map, we own the full provinces of Reichland and Middenland. We started by conquering Reichland, and we've recently taken the 3 regions of Middenland from the faction of Hochland, who just weren't playing ball diplomatically, which frankly is their loss. In terms of our immediate neighbours, we can see that Bretonnia has been rather badly ganged up on and pretty much taken out of the picture. The vampire faction of Mousillon has emerged the strongest here, while Bordelot is very much in the game still, as are our dwarfen chums of Carrack-Norn. Wissenland rules to the east, and beyond them the vampires.
Well, it does look good that the vampires have expanded there quite rapidly, so the AIs are a bit more aggressive by the looks of it, or the yellow on the left there, so yes, that's promising so far.
Empire factions who are breaking out of the Sylvanian provinces towards us. Looking at the diplomatic status overlay, we're feeling relatively secure at the moment. All factions marked blue are our allies, testament to some good treaty making on our part early on. Just north you can see the Skulltakers, a roving tribe of savage orcs who tore into our territory some turns earlier, but we managed to send them packing.
That's promising that the orcs are on the offensive all the time, in their horde formation, I'd say. So yeah, but they don't look like they own too much. A little bit, I suppose. We'll have to have more of a look at it.
So with friends around us, but vampire enemies in the mix too, there's all to play for. Guarding our northernmost point of expansion and providing much needed public order to the newly conquered and therefore unstable province of Middenland is Emperor Karl Franz himself.
I love the look of the artwork on the castles and that. Looks very cool. And the unit flags look awesome. Very highly detailed.
He's got a fairly well-balanced low to mid-tier army with him, composed of great swords, swordsmen, crossbowmen, Reichsguard and mounted pistoliers.
Unit cards look good, very detailed, from what you'd expect from Warhammer kind of world. So yep, I'm happy with the unit cards. They look very cool. And you can see there on the left the actual range is displayed this time. Yeah. Missile damage, they've got that into a nice little stats panel there, so that should be good.
Karl himself is currently equipped with the Sword of Swift Slaying.
Yeah, the Sword of Swift Slaying. A charge bonus plus 6% and melee attack plus 3. So that sounds pretty cool.
A Charm Shield and
the Charm Shield. Melee defense plus 5. And a ward save and duration 7 seconds. Target self. Effects plus 4 missile parry with shield. That's cool. Plus 8% damage resistance. Very nice.
An Obsidian Lodestone.
And the Obsidian Lodestone. Magic resistance 20%. Cool. Very nice. So I hope there's a lot more of these little trinkets you can get, little extra things, so you can mix and match and see what is better for your playstyle.
Which offers him some magic resistance on the battlefield. Skills-wise, we've been focusing largely on improving his combat ability.
So the skill tree here looks excellent. Very impressive, that. So again, you can detail your general to the way you like to play. If you're aggressive, you can do it this way that he's done, or you can do more of the other ones for defensive and whatnot. So that looks very cool.
Making him an all-round better warrior, and we've unlocked his early mounts. So let's upgrade his Pegasus for a tasty buff to its charge bonus.
So the Pegasus there, so charge bonus plus 10%, so that's nice. So now it's got battle movement speed, 10%, so that's nice. Well, that's for the next level, yep. Very cool. So I like that kind of option as well, that you can do the mounts up. It's a very cool option. Seems to me they've thought it through very well, this Total War. It's got promise so far. Touch wood.
Otherwise, the only other skill we've given him is in his campaign tree, which helps his army to march.
So the campaign movement range plus 10%. That's very cool. Looks like you can only do that skill up once. Very nice.
Further on the campaign map each turn. We've yet to tackle his quest chains and earn his...
So these quest chains, yeah, I really like them. They look cool. The Reichland Rune Fang. That's what Warhammer's all about, is these little quest chains and that, and getting extra gear. That's one thing I really like about Warhammer.
Pit gear, but we'll definitely be making time for those soon.
So Gormaraz. Yep, that looks fun.
As the buffs on them, as you can see, are pretty major. Now, each race has its own set of campaign mechanics, and something that's unique to the Empire is its offices, which we can see here on the officers panel.
Yeah, I really like this officers panel. That looks awesome. So you can, yeah, put the right person in the right spot and get a nice little order going there. Yeah, I like that. That's excellent.
Lords and Legendary Lords are the only character types who can be assigned to these roles, and the only character who can be promoted to the office of Emperor is, of course, Karl Franz, for fairly obvious reasons. Other lords can be assigned when they reach the level requirements as well, so let's assign Felix von Rauken to the office of Treasurer. Now, this is going to boost trade income faction-wide for us, and any infrastructure income in any friendly region he's inhabiting. There's a number of other panels we can check up here, but we're going to look at the Forces tab and find Felix in our list of characters. So there he is, and we can see his new title has been added to his name. In fact, let's rename him to something a little more befitting his new station in life.
Now this is a dangerous thing to add to the game for me. There's going to be some kind of weird names there. Some very unique ones, I can guarantee you. And it won't be, yes, very PG rated, I'd say. It'd be rated M, my names for the dudes. See how that goes.
Yes, I think that should do it. You can rename all your characters except your Legendary Lords, of course. Okay, let's head back over towards Altdorf, and we're going to have a look at the Empire tech tree in a bit more detail. So techs in the Empire tech tree are unlocked as you build specific buildings. So once you've built a rally field, for example, it offers buffs to our core infantry, as does the barracks. The blacksmith improves weapon and armour upgrades for various units, so...
Well, I like that. That's cool. The blacksmith, yeah. Weapon strength plus 5. Very nice for spears and for swords. So this is what the previous Warhammers were lacking. So it's good to see him put this in. It's going to add an extra element. And like I said, the way you play you can do the upgrades the way you play. So very cool.
Let's go ahead and crack on with researching improved light cav armour. Now, Altdorf is your starting city as the Empire and the provincial capital, but it's the only city that you do start with. And to be honest, your first turns are probably going to be spent building.
So it looks like they've still got the province kind of system in here, which is okay too. I don't mind that.
Building up your forces and looking to expand and capture the entirety of Reichland. I think we had all these settlements under control by around turn 20, and much of our focus since then has been on improving our infrastructure to unlock better units and boost our income. Here in the building browser for Altdorf you can see what we've built and of course what we're driving towards in terms of recruitment. Income is derived from our capital.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, when you put the blacksmith in, I'd say you get the able to do the upgrades there, so much better system. That looks cool. It's a shitload of buildings there.
Capital city, various cash generating buildings in outer settlements, plus any exploitable resources in the region. We've got some clay pits in Altdorf here, for example, so that's contributing towards our...
Yeah, that looks cool. So yep, each region has its own little production things where you can get extra resources.
Trade tariffs. And if we examine Grunberg here, we can see that certain chains are limited by the maximum size of the settlement. And with pastures in this region, we can use cattle to bring some good growth and replenishment benefits to the province. Standing resolute outside Altdorf is our second legendary lord, Balthazar Gelt, who is currently being harassed by a Chaos Hero character, the rather aptly named Fator Death Metal.
No, not for
We only
What the hell's he doing out there by himself, that Chaos dude? Can easily get cracked. Okay, well I hope the AI's not that stupid, but he's just harassing him, so maybe, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, he hasn't got no one with him, but anyway, could easily get cracked there. We'll see.
Recently recruited Balthazar to our campaign, so he's pretty low level still, but we can see from his skill tree that he's very much magically focused.
So yes, his magic looks pretty cool. Affects the bombardment of magical projectiles. So the, yeah, duration 10 seconds. Whew, that's a long time to be bombarded by magical projectiles. And cooldown, minus 15% there. So that sounds like a pretty OP magical effect there, and that's only the first one. Whoa. So you can see the magic in this is going to be very OP. We'll see how that evens out the battle on the battlefield there, and if it's too OP or not. But 10 seconds of bombardment. Whew, that's a long time in game. Be bombarded by something like that. Depends on the area of effect, and also on the range and the accuracy as well. So that's all we'll do with that. We'll see how that works.
And the more lore knowledgeable amongst you may recognise Balthazar's epic gear in his quest chains here.
Yeah, I'm not too up in the lore these days, but I don't recommend. I don't recognise any of them.
Now, obviously, what
Cloak of molten metal, missile resistance 25%. That's a lot. Jeez. Melee defense +5. Nice.
we want to get in casting.
The Staff of Volans, melee attack +5. That looks nice too. Yeah. He's got some good skills.
Spells in battle, so we're going to unlock
Stuff.
the spells Searing Doom and Gehenna's Golden Hounds, both of which are...
So Gehenna's Golden Hounds, duration 18 seconds. Flying on a wall. Cannot target if you're flying on a wall. A small swelling vortex which causes magical damage for 18 seconds. Woo! The yeah, the duration seems a lot, but we'll see.
Our offensive spells. Now we're going to stick Balthazar in outdoor for now, where he'll contribute to public order for a while.
Very well, I'll move.
A quick glance over at our neighbours here reveals the influence of vampiric mousillon. Corruption is spreading and twisting the foliage into something more vamp-friendly. Now, as we saw on the overview map, we have some vamps to our east too. And in fact, our mid-term game plan here is to keep our local loyalties solid, so we have some friends to call on if things start getting a bit too bitey on the borders. One last stop on our brief tour then, and we're going to head northeast, where we have one of our Empire Captain heroes on an exploratory mission towards the Chaos Wastes.
Now?
Rupert Sunscryer here is making good progress into uncharted lands, and he really isn't that far from the Chaos Wastes now. And the mere presence of chaos is starting to twist the land as well, and just...
I like how, yeah, like you said, the chaos forces are twisting the land. Looks very cool. You can see the difference there between chaos and normal. So, although the trees look a bit funny now, don't they? Yeah, trees look very derpy. Well, yeah. See if they touch that up at all. But
north of Rupert here, we can see just how that's happening. Black rocks are rising from the stony earth, lava flows are opening up, and arcane artefacts are beginning to appear.
I wonder if you get redirected around them lava flows, or you can just walk over them. Not sure how that'll work. Anyway.
Add in the bitter weather up this way, which only gets worse the further north you go, and you're looking at a pretty inhospitable and attritional landscape. Okay, that's all for now. We hope you've enjoyed this gameplay snapshot.
Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. I don't mind the Empire campaign. It seems like the one I'll be doing. I always like an underdog, so I'll go them for sure. No worries. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. But let's hope the AI is a lot better in this one. And yeah, so we'll press play and see how it goes.
Today we're going to take a snapshot of a campaign we've been playing as the Empire, and the usual caveats apply. We're still a good 2.5 months from launch and well into balancing and polishing. So you may see some placeholder bits and bobs, and many of the values on show may well change as we...
In my campaign, it doesn't look that big here, but if the AI is smart enough, it might be able to put up a good fight and keep you under wraps for a while. But from previous Total Wars, I could take this much territory in a couple of days. But yes, I can only speculate until the game comes out, but we'll see.
From the overview map, we own the full provinces of Reichland and Middenland. We started by conquering Reichland, and we've recently taken the 3 regions of Middenland from the faction of Hochland, who just weren't playing ball diplomatically, which frankly is their loss, in terms of our nudge everything into place. Okay, so we're 71 turns into the game here, and as you can see...
For 71 turns, I think I'd be a bit further than that. So, yes, that might be because the AI is smart. Who knows, but... yeah, I think they've been a bit conservative there after 71 turns. G'day everyone, Granitor here again with a the Empire walkthrough video for Warhammer Total War, and from what I can see straight up, the map, I don't know, it's looks like it's going to be conquered in a couple of days.